chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me. For I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm at. I know who I am.
I know who God says I am, what He says I am. Hi everyone, welcome to this leadership talk dedicated to women empowerment. So I'm so pleased to welcome Amina Alami, who agreed to get this interview quite specific with me. So welcome to Amina.
Hello, Anushka. Hello, LinkedIn family. How are you?
Thank you so much, Amina. Again, this is a huge, huge pleasure for me to get you on board, and I'm pretty sure that you will inspire so many women around this table because your path, your way is so inspiring. And the purpose of this friendly and relaxing talk again is to make women recognize to you and to feel comfortable also to change the path, to realize, to fulfill themselves. That's the purpose. So welcome to you, Amina.
Thank you, Anushka. Thank you for having me in this interesting conversation podcast.
So just to introduce yourself quick, in a nutshell, to everyone who will listen to us right now or later on, that's possible also. So welcome to people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube also who are on live right now. I got a challenge to attend this live in English, but I'm pretty sure that with my super French accent, you will probably understand everything. And I really do hope that it will be easy for you. So Amina, again, for some of us, who don't know you perfectly, the purpose of this interview, of course, is to know you more, know about your path, know about your challenges in an authentic and friendly, again, exchange. So for some of people who don't know you, you had a first part of your career as an English teacher, and your second part of your career, I know that you hold a personal real estate business. So you probably did a lot of things. Not only that, that's also the purpose of the exchange, to know you furthermore and to discover all your skills and all your potentialities. So just feel free again to complete this short story about you. And let's start with the first question, if you're ready for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, I'm ready.
Super. So again, you are free to comment on live for some of you, who are on live right now. So Amina, in a few words, let us know your major personal storyline.
Okay, so I'm Amina Alami. I'm from Morocco. I'm a wife, a mother of two, a daughter and a son in their 20s. I was an English teacher for many, many years. I really like teaching. It was my passion. I really enjoyed it a lot. But since I've been teaching for quite a long time, and I was teaching English as a second language, I was also teaching business English. So I thought I wanted just to do something different. So I had the opportunity to have some apartments in a resort. So I thought, why not start a small, seasonal real estate business? So this is what I did. So I've had this kind of business for about 2 years now. It's mainly local. It's seasonal and local. Well, during this pandemic, it's been on hold, but I'm really hopeful that this summer things will get better. So I'm really optimistic about it.
Yeah, I think we will talk about that later because that's a really critical period for everyone, and specifically when you are running a new business. And that's why also I chose this word about resilience, talking about you. My
Mhm.
second question to you, Amina, would be more dedicated to consciousness level. I have been able to follow you specifically on LinkedIn to see also your your interest center, and I saw that
Mhm.
you are really, you sound really open-minded person. So, do you have a morning routine enabling you to stay focused and aligned?
Yes, of course I do. And my morning routine first, it's meditation. I've been doing meditation since 2012 when I came across Deepak Chopra's meditation. I really enjoyed it because I participated in a free 21 days meditation, and I enjoyed it. And then I bought a meditation series. And then, well, I've been using that series since 2012. For me, meditation, it helps me to relax, to get focused, and to get centered. So sometimes I meditate for about 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it's for an hour. And
Mm.
for me, meditation, it doesn't always have to be early in the morning. It could be at night, sometimes in the evening. Before going to bed, I meditate. Whenever I feel that I'm a little bit stressed or under the weather, I meditate. There is something else that I do. I mean, about 4 days a week. It depends on the weather. I go for long walks by the sea. And by the way, the sea, my soul is in the sea because I was born in a coastal city, a small, beautiful city called Asila, which is not far from where I am right now. It's about 15 minutes drive. And
I don't know if the
walking to the
I,
sea, yeah, walking to the sea takes about 10 minutes from my home, from my family house. It's really close. So I remember when we were children, we used to walk there. We used to walk to go to the beach. We used to spend like 3 months, just swimming and playing. So I had very good memories in my hometown. So, as I said, my soul is in the sea. So I love the sea. I love to swim and I love to walk by the sea. I also like to take long walks in the forest as well. So these
okay.
are my morning, you know, habits.
That's a super sharing because we can understand with your hobby that you are really connected to nature. You talk about beach, about sea, about forest, and of course
Mhm.
meditation and whenever. So this is important message you are sharing to us right now, Amina.
Yes, I am. I enjoy. I said the meditation. It has become a part of my life.
So that's proving again why you are right now attending this interview because this kind of interview about feminine leadership, this is to enlighten heart leadership, conscious leadership. And when you are talking about meditation, about body connection and nature connection, this is conscious leadership.
Yeah, it is. Definitely, of course. It's part of me. As maybe you may know, you may not know this, but I'm an introvert and an empath. So I'm a conscious. I'm already conscious. Very conscious.
I got it. So just I'm sorry, Amina. I just want to see if there is any comment. Alain is with us, Gérard also, and Ludo also. So, hi everyone. Hi also to everyone who are already connected but not commenting. It's fine also for us, of course. So again, I am with Amina Alami today, which is currently based in Morocco, so in Tangier, exactly, accurately. So
Yeah.
we are on live. So it could we could face technical issues, but not substantial probably. So sorry in advance if there is any technical issue, but this is also the spontaneous aspect of the live. So this is great. So Amina, we were talking about leadership right now. Uh, I could not prevent myself from asking this question about leadership and women leadership, specifically in Morocco. Talking about gender issue, did you um, did you have observed any change specifically in Morocco about women leadership?
So actually, there have been a giant, steps to empower women in Morocco. Now, the situation of women in Morocco has changed dramatically. And this, thanks to the family code, reformed family code, that was, the 2012 reform family code that has given women a lot of, rights.
Right.
Among
Yeah.
these rights, the right, yeah, because let's go back to the situation of women in the past. In the past, women they couldn't give their opinion if they want to get married because most of the time it's their father who decides who to marry, and she didn't have the right to choose her husband. She didn't have the right to divorce, even if she didn't, even if she had problems or difficulties in her marriage, she had just to, consent to her husband's, I try and follow society. What's just there might be sometimes women go to their parents and complain about the problems that they have, but the parents, they always push them back. You always say, well, we can't, it's your husband, you have to obey him, and so on. But then there comes this, reformed code to give a great, rights for women. Among them, the right to choose who to marry, the right to, for divorce if she's not happy, and the right to work, a lot of rights, And also, in case she decides to divorce, it's the husband who leaves the house. In the past, it was the way around. If he decides to divorce her, she can't say anything. She can't even complain. So she leaves the house with her children. And most of the time they go back to, she goes back to her family's house. And if she doesn't, she's just, try and see what she can do. It was terrible. Now it's the way around. If she asks, or if the one wants to ask for divorce, he leaves the house and he leaves her she stays in the house with her children, and he has to support them. So now, asking for divorce, a husband who wants to ask for divorce, he hesitates many times before taking action because he knows what's, what's the catch. That's it. But this kind of code was not implemented, until recently. Why? Because most those who are, who have the power to put it into practice are men. So they were putting blocks. They were doing anything for this kind of, new regulation to pass. So women have been complaining. There were a lot of demonstrations until recently. Now they're trying to, implement it like, gradually, and the problem is that there are many uneducated women, they don't know about it. Like those in rural areas, they've never heard about it. So they still live as if they have a lot of problems with their husbands, but they can't really complain. They are beaten. They are really, living in a difficult situation.
Yeah, Amina, I'm sorry because this is significant message you are currently sharing to us. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just would like to come back to an important key message you shared about education. What is the progress? What is the advancement in terms of education today made for women? Did you see any change, major change about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there are a lot of changes, but these kind of changes are mostly, launched and encouraged by organizations. By the way, women are doing tremendous, amazing job. There are organizations in every single city in Morocco, and each organization is specialized in something like charity. But apart from charity, many organizations are concerned with education, and especially educating children and even women. I mean, older women in rural areas. This is where the biggest problem is in rural areas.
Are you back? Because I lost you, Amina. Sorry, everyone. So if you are,
Well, sorry.
yes,
Yeah.
you're here.
So,
Super.
Well, so I said the problem is with those rural areas where it's really hard. They're really far from cities, and they have schools, but of course, if parents are not educated, they cannot send their children to school. So these organizations are doing a great job. They give them books, they try to raise awareness by educating parents about the importance of sending their children to school. So things are improving. They are improving.
Great. So I'm also thinking about the an in-person date coming soon because I talk about 8th of March, which is dedicated to International Women's Rights specifically. So I know that a lot of things are already improving, but the gender gap is still really challenging nowadays and all over the world, specifically about rural zone. As you said, yes, rural zones are really critical. I know that. So thanks again to point out this challenge, this issue, because this is so important to point it out, to enlighten this, and to turn it into actions. This is also what we are also talking about resilience process when we think about these women. So talking about your resilience, Amina, is there any particular moment? I already have an idea about what you will be answering probably. Is there any particular moment where resilience means something to you?
Well, I think resilience. It's part. Well, we always have. We have to be resilient at some point in our life. Meaning, apart from what's happening now. So there are many moments in my life where I really needed to be resilient. This is normal. I think it's not just in my life, for everybody. But during these times, I mean, not just me, but many people need to be resilient. and try to adapt to these difficult times and situations. Concerning me, it really has affected. This pandemic had affected me tremendously because it prevented me from seeing my children. Who, as I told you before, they're studying far away abroad, so they can't come. They want to come. They say, well, we don't want to come and see you, mom and dad, because you're older than we are, and we don't want to we don't want you to get sick or something. So, and it's not just because of that, but it's also because of the lockdown. So frontiers are locked. People can go. They have to do a test. There are a lot of complications. So for me, the situation like this requires a lot of resilience. So we're trying to adapt. We are trying to be patient. We are lucky to have technology. At least we can interact with our children online and see that they're doing well and so on. So, but, hope that by the end of the summer, everything is going to get back to normal.
I hope so. I think we all hope so. So we probably recognize in what you just shared, Amina. Thanks for your spontaneous message, and I really do hope also that you will be able to visit your children quickly. I imagine how you can miss them a lot. This is why also I use this word transcendence. When I was thinking about you, because I saw your quality, especially quality you sound to have. This is taking back, making distance about faith, about thoughts, and just breathing and understanding that you cannot control everything, and then sometimes you just have to let it go. That's the point, and that's the biggest challenge I think we all have to handle right now.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about your qualities, if I asked to your relatives what kind of qualities they could associate to you, what would to me?
Well, they know I'm an empath. So, and they know that I'm a person they can rely on. So they always come to me if they have any problem. I'm their confidant, and they know that, I'm not judgmental at the same time. I never judge people. So they always come to me, they confide in me, they ask for help, and mostly it's not really financial, it's mostly support. If they have any problems, if they always ask for my opinion, for my advice. So I'm the wise owl in the family in a way.
Thank you for that, Amina. So hi Frank, hi Jean-Pierre, I see you connected right now. Thanks for your comment and thanks for your presence here. Amina, if I'm thinking about a specific moment in your life, going back to gender gap, let's say, you know that this program is also dedicated to women and conscious leadership. Is there any moment where you would have preferred to be a male, to be a man? Did you hear me properly? I'm not sure. I'm sorry again. Amina, did you hear my question? Would you want me to repeat? Probably. I lost you. I can sing waiting for you. For some of you who are currently connected to this live, so So do you have any comment, any first reaction to this interview, talking about situation for women in Morocco and the pandemic also resilient skill? Amina, you're back. Could you hear me, Amina? I will try something coming back. Could you hear me, Amina? Amina, could you hear me? I see you. We see you on live, but we could not hear you.
I'm here.
Okay, good. So you're back. Okay, so
No, you're back.
my question was about if there is any moment you would have preferred to be a man or to be a man.
Well, you know what? I come from a very large family. We actually were 10 children. And we are actually, we are 7 girls, 7 women, and 4 men. So you can see the balance here. We're stronger, you know. So we're stronger. 7 is more than 4. So we always had, my parents were very tolerant. They didn't make it, I was raised in a family where we were treated as equal. There was no difference between us. So, but still, as I said, numbers can make the difference. So, and of course, the 4 boys, except for my elder brother. I have one brother who's the eldest. The 3 others are very young, but still, women had a voice. We had a voice in everything. We used to have her too. Also, we were all educated. My parents were very, they were very open-minded. They wanted their children to study, so we all went to school. I always felt free. I've never felt others. I remember at the age of 15, since I was in Asila and there was no high school there. So I had to go to another city, which is about 2 hours away from my city. I had to stay in a boarding school because there was no high school. So I was there. I was in a boarding school, but still I was free. So I always felt free. And then after high school, I went to the university in the capital. So I lived in a campus. So I was free. And once I graduated, I worked in Rabat. And I lived alone. I rent my own apartment. I was free. So there was no difference, from the time I was young until now, I've never felt any difference between male and female, meaning this is concerning me personally. I know stories. Many of my friends have told me stories about all this, discrimination and stuff. But for me, I have no problem.
Okay, so this is not an issue. Thank you for that, and I will remember this sentence you have just shared. Number makes difference. This is huge. This is a very powerful transmission message also. What kind of piece of advice could you share to women who lost their self-confidence because of age or gender?
Yeah. So I would say that, first of all, they need to remember that age is just a number. So even the young women are gonna get old. So we all get old. So here there is no choice. Nobody has an advantage. So what I have to say to them is that they may be deterred from following their dreams because of either their children or their jobs, or they have to keep in mind that nothing is blocking or standing in their way. Not their family, not their friends, not the people they know, no one except the person they stare at them when they look at the mirror. So you know what I mean. Each they are blocking themselves. They are they are the ones to choose to be confident and follow their dreams. But for me, age is not a number at all. Because you can be young and you can feel old. You can be old. You just reminded me of my son, who always used to say, "Oh, mom, you never get old. You always look. Whenever I see you, I see you always young." I said, "Well, I am young. I will never get old." This is what I tell him every time he says that. So, as I said, age is mostly in your mind.
Thank you so much for that. If you are here on live with us, just feel free to react, to comment, or later on find also to this piece of advice shared by Amina. Amina, I do hope that you're still with me, because we've got just 5 minutes left with two last questions. So just say hello if you are still with me, or if I definitely lost you, which is already a super opportunity to have this 30 minutes exchange with you on live. I know that it's not easy connecting a live from Morocco and from distance, from remote, as usual. So my last question to Amina, if you could hear me right now, or probably you can also reply later, that's okay. Which kind of leader or leadership do inspire you the most? And my last question would be, which values do guide you every day? So, Amina, this is my last question to you. I see that you left, definitely, the live. So if you don't mind, I will be grateful if you could reply in comments to these two last questions. What kind of leadership do inspire you the most, and which values do guide you every day? So everyone who are also attending this live, or who will listen this live later, you can also share your answers to those last questions. Which kind of leadership do inspire you, and which values do guide you every day? So sorry again for the final of the live. This is again the game, and thanks for attending it. Thanks again. Thanks to really thank you to Amina also, who agreed to attend this interview, and in poor conditions. So again, thank you, Amina, and please keep safe, keep blessed as everyone, and let's talk for the next Tuesday.